and gamble some.
Okay, try not to gamble everything away.
We've got 2,500 gold. Let's say that each of us goes in with a set amount, and we'll see how much we come out with in, say, a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pray in the corner.
Well, you can accompany Drag'or.
I could guide you.
This is like the parable of the talents, where like the one good son like takes the money and buries it and then brings it back a while later.
So, Drag'or, you ask around a bit, and you as you are approaching a few of the noblemen, you're walking up, and they are just taking a wide berth. They want nothing to do with you. Eventually, you are able to corner one, and you inquire about providing your services of brawn, and he looks at you and just backs up and just disappears into an alley. It's when you do feel a tap on your shoulder. One of the guards standing behind you. You're looking for something to fight. The group of orcs gathering outside of town.
One of the guards mentioned to me about a chieftain's axe.
Yeah, like the one you're carrying. We know. You relieved the chieftain of that axe last time you were here.
He challenged me and was rather weak. I was not very impressed, and I'm even less impressed now to hear that he's a chieftain.
So do something about it.
Do you think they want to fight?
It seems you kicked the hive coming back into town, showing that axe off.
I might go say hi.
Rad. Okay.
I'd like to go fight some horse.
I think I'm gonna start gambling.
Okay.
Did you say
Forget
you
the
were
orcs.
giving up?
There's gambling to be
Did you
done.
say that you were giving up an allowance for everyone
Yeah, why
to
don't we-
see what happens?
Yeah, let's see what we've got. 2,500 gold with us. Do we want to say like each person starts in with 150 or so?
That should go well.
Sure.
In this kind of
I mean,
place, who
let's-
knows how long that'll go? But that sounds interesting.
Okay. So everyone, let's take 15 platinum pieces. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Which puts us down at 1.
Okay. You guys divvy up the platinum, you step in. As soon as you open the door, you are filled with this intoxicating view. This nobles throwing down money, cheering, drinks everywhere. Oh, this place is a playground for adults. Oddly enough, though, most of the tables are empty. It seems everybody is gathered over one table in the corner, and where everything is laid out in this nice, almost grid-like pattern, this corner has more space, as if this is the expected main attraction. And you've been to this table before.
Oh, is it that I have the notes for it too.
Oh, you do.
Since I have the notes, I've got Lore Master. Does that mean that I get extra
Advantage.
on the? That's the best. It's
Do.
so good.
Advantage on
Advantage
third
on
Laura.
whenever Atlas tries to recall things because of the bard and because he has notes that rival what I have, he has advantage if he has relevant notes to what he's trying to ascertain.
The game is called The Keeps Dice, where there are 3 parties involved: the House, the Gnolls, and the Orcs. Each of them roll a different dice pool, and after that, it's just
You
sharing
wrote down
numbers.
the entire set of rules. For
I've got it all right here.
All right here.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, well, I am full and fair willing to throw down on some of this.
You go up to the table and it's pretty crowded, and you need to kind of nudge your
wiggle.
way up. You wiggle. You get up to the front.
Big feather.
See
on
the
a
dealer.
hat.
There's 2. There's one nobleman who has these, and you've seen this gentleman before. He's got the robes coming over his brow, where you can just see the nose and the mouth, and it just stacks of platinum.
Is this one the one that I gambled against last time and lost?
Yes, it is.
I think it's time for a rematch.
And next to him is another. You can see he is just standing there, arms crossed, just pushing money forward and rolling when need to. And the other gentleman, who has significantly less platinum, It's just like this on the table.
Good.
Step up, dealer. And now you see that most people here, it's more of a spectator game. There is some serious platinum being put on the table. So
Tip of the
freshman
hat.
steps up, dealer. Welcome. If you wish to try your luck, please. I believe our guest here was just cashing out, and you can see that Novus grabs the rest of his, grabs his drink, and walks off.
I'll
So-
try my luck.
As you are cut off, Hooray steps in front of you.
This is no match for Corey Dragon's breath.
Oh, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
I'm praying to Paylor.
The cloaked figure lifts his head slightly, pushes forward a stack of platinum, and another, and a third.
Oh boy.
There's at least 60 coins there, and then motions to you.
60
well, I only have
pieces.
15, but here.
Can. Yeah.
The dealer looks and says, "Ante has been set. 60 platinum. 15 will not cut it. Anybody else? Let's try their luck."
That's
Smooth
600
dice.
gold?
That's 60 platinum is 600
Yeah.
gold for Ante. That's crazy high.
Atlas, I need more platinum.
I love this, like, Corey sits at the table, pushes his coins forward. The guy's like, nah, and then it's like,
Ooh.
you know what? Do we want to make it happen?
We could do it once.
Why not? You know what, Corey? I'm betting on you today.
Yeah.
Let's front the rest of that 60.
Alright, so I
You can trust Corey.
Well, we get it from the
Yeah.
normal, yeah.
Okay.
No worries on that.
Alright.
60.
Hooray, take your dice, shuffle them in the cup, and then throw the cup face down on the table.
Okay,
In the
I
cup.
need to get...
The
No,
cup.
no, these dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
This gray. Oh.
Hey, that's not terrible.
The noble takes his.
Oh. 6 and 4.
A 3 and a 4.
Did we win?
Not yet.
No. I forgot the rule.
So, Corey's has got a 6 and a 4, and this nobleman has got a 3 and a 4.
I'm winning. That's good, right?
Just hold your horses.
Noble takes a step back. The other says, "Well done."
Yeah, I don't expect
The-
anything less.
Motions at the noble's stacks. You may take your winnings, or you may play the house for triple that.
Let's play the house.
Playing the house, ladies and gentlemen. 120 platinum on the
Oh
line
my god.
as he rolls.
Lord.
Now you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
roll.
okay.
I can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Such a shame. Quite a bit of platinum. As the 7 and the 4 trump your
6 and
6
4.
and 4, beating you by just 1 point as the dealer stretches forward and with both hands sweeping in 120 platinum.
Oh.
Well,
Good job, Corey. Did you have a good time?
That was kind of like last time.
Yeah, it rather was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think a lot more money.
Yeah, definitely a lot more money just
You can
got lost.
see the noble reaching in and just replenishing that 60 and
Yeah,
leaving
who
on
is
the
this
table.
guy? Can I get a better look at him? See if I can't maybe find some distinguishing features, like
Your perception.
insignias and junk like that. I'm also crazy good at perception. Not this crazy good though. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15, yeah, it's tough. There are so many people kind of nudging you out of the way. You can't get a good look, and as soon as you try to get underneath and try to get a look, someone steps in front of you. Yeah, I got your bet right here. Makes a stack, and then it just continues again.
Fair. This guy is crazy.
Yeah.
And as I remember it, this place is highly anti-magicked.
Yes.
So it would be difficult for me to detect magic on him
would.
without getting caught.
And it works both ways. The idea of him using some kind of disguise or way to magically hide himself would be
Quite
exceedingly
difficult, yeah.
here, yeah.
Granted, he's got a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Do my magical items work in here?
Funny enough, when you think about it, and you think about the aura that you carry with you, you are carrying quite a bit of mundane gear in here.
Alright, so this is
With
an
the exception
actual...
of one of your items.
Oh yeah, I could probably raise a crowd with a specific musical instrument.
Yes, that is the only presence you feel in here, is something, the force of that instrument
Overcomes it.
Yes.
Makes sense. Alright, well, I don't want to roll on this high table anymore. Let's...
Well-
yeah.
I'll see how much they're putting down. I have 15 platinum, so I'll just look and see what's around that I can just quickly try.
So we'll say, just for the sake of just moving things along, that is the only table that has a lot of action and a lot of things going on. Especially Drag'or, you were out, you heard about the orcs fight, and you're actually gonna have a really hard time getting into the casino by yourself, especially with a great axe on your back. So I would say, for the sake of brevity and to keep things moving, if there's no
Our
other actions,
Gambling should be done
yeah,
now.
we'll move on to.
Then I'll just,
Protecting us
if
from
I
yourself.
see,
Yeah.
if I'm with the group, I'll tell them that some people want to say hi.
Is that so? I think after our resounding loss just now, perhaps a resounding win would probably boost our spirits a bit.
Some guard told me that there were some people outside who apparently were bothered by my axe, and so I
Yes,
might go see what
the
they're curious about.
chieftain's axe.
Supposedly,
Right,
that's
well,
what they say.
It's late in the evening now.
evening time might not be the worst time to go and fight them.
No.
Will they wait for us? Just hold on, we need to sleep.
The town you're in is in the middle of this mountain pass. To the west, coming in from the south, that is the Knoll territory. And you have the human half-elf settlement in the middle, and then to the north is the orc settlement. Kind of sandwiched in between the two. It's their territory, so it's not so much them waiting as it is them just
Being there, yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay. So then, if that's the case, we can rest up for the night, and then just, since we're heading up to Glia anyway, is that taking us towards the orcs?
Yes.
Then why don't we do that? Get a good night's sleep, get some food in our bellies. I want some, like, just extravagant food tonight. Like, I'm talking, we need to get some, like, ripe meat on the
You
bone.
mean meat with salt on it?
Like, definitely
That's pretty fancy
salt,
for me.
salt with meat and, like, actually hot, juicy dripping. Like, I'm talking, we're gonna spend some money tonight.
How much would you like to spend?
We've got platinum. We've got
You
just
used to have a lot more.
more. Yeah, we used to have more. Yeah,
Burning all cycle.
You know, I
This
think
money, okay, let's just waste it all.
we did put 5,000 gold in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bank.
but
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about bolt. I was like, that was a worthwhile investment. Yeah, right.
I will not have you talk down on both.
Yeah, never mind.
Let's drop like we can drop like 30 gold on a good night's rest and some good food.
I mean, 30 gold for your inn and food. You're staying in the presidential for that. That's
Why not,
Quite a
man?
nice
Right? Like,
room.
let's actually have a bath and things.
Yeah.
Like,
Clean
get
up a bit.
clean, wash clothes. It's been a while since we've done that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Actually, speaking of clothes, do you remember the matriarch's robes?
Yes.
I've been looking at them a little bit. They are not just robes. These things have mithril plates in them.
Oh, really?
I think if anybody is going to take a look at these, you might make the best use of them. It seems like they've got the same kind of coverage that your armor does, but they're significantly more sleek and I can only guess lighter. Why don't we wash up, head in for the evening, and you can see if you can't maybe try those on.
Okay. Yeah, they look nice.
I mean, they got spider webs all over them,
Dark.
but
they look evil as fuck.
Yeah.
but you can just wear your robes
a bit
over them,
darker
right?
than usual. Maybe we'll just cover them up with the.
I mean, that is
robes.
entirely up to Ezra.
They're
Or you could
fun.
ask someone to paint.
I was gonna suggest that. I can paint them for you.
Just don't paint any diddlers
Yeah.
on her armor.
What's
And
wrong with
There,
diddlers?
it's a bunch of people.
You never
Can't
really
get away
explained
from
to
that.
me what they are.
You gotta explain to me what you're looking for.
Well, you know, it's a diddler, you know? Alright, so let's turn in for the night.
Okay.
Alright.
You turn in for the night after. Oh, you were able to finally relax. They have a bath and this strange little lever that you pull and it warms up and there's bubbles and it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The accommodations from what you guys are used to, this is the best you've ever had.
Sleeping on the back of a giant mechanical beetle.
Usually. So,
This is so awesome. I want to pull that bubble lever again. See, you keep doing it like over and over.
Somebody
You think I
acts
could,
like
like,
the
eventually you get some
bathroom
bubbles
with, like,
on the
bubbles.
floor, but you know, that's how it goes. There's a full bar built into your room. Not for long after Corey finds out that it's not locked.
You know, I think I'm like over the gambling thing now. This is so much much more entertaining.
Yeah, and it didn't cost us a lot of gold. It only cost us a little bit of a lot of gold.
With that, there's 2 full beds and a smaller kind of like cot thing
Mhm.
that pulls out from under one of the beds. 5 of you were able to get a nice restful sleep.
Good actual night's sleep.
You wake in the morning to knock on the door as there's a gentleman with a big basket of fruits and breads. Delivers it
Messed
right to
up
your
hair,
room.
no hat, just like,
Yeah.
thanks.
With some food in your stomachs, the morning sun at your backs, the day's yours.
Do we need to buy anything before we leave?
Don't think so.
Yeah.
We used up a little bit of our rations and provisions. Let's refill all of that.
It's easy enough. As much as you want to spend, they're 2 gold per ration.
Rad.
You're fine.
We
Or
used
2
up-
2 silver per ration, I mean.
Okay, I was gonna be like, hang on, those are really good rations.
They're really good rations, yeah.
Any vegetable stores?
Okay.
The fruit and produce that are brought in are imported. If you're looking for pumpkins,
I'm looking for a little pumpkin.
A
The
gourd,
one I
like a
had
little-
was kind of big,
Hmm.
so.
nothing like that. If they're going to export anything up into the mountains, it's going to be the good shit.
Bigger, heartier.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, never mind.
But what is the magic like in this area? Is there like a magician you can hire to cast some spells for you?
In the upper where you are now, not that hard to find.
Okay. Can we find a magician who will cast Reduce on this big pumpkin?
Oh.
Oh, that's easy enough.
That way you can have a full, like a scale small pumpkin.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good idea.
I mean, we've got enough gold right now, and Atlas, while he's good with, like, accounting, with this much gold and, like, knowing that we've got so much more coming, he's just like, let's be frivolous, come on, for a day. Come on, you guys, let's just be frivolous a little bit.
Nice. Maybe he can cast
Well,
something on it so it'll
I
never
feel like
rot.
this
Do you
tavern
think-
with the casino and the fancy, it feels like I'm like the Vegas of this world.
It
And I think
definitely...
it's pretty ironic, like we get all this money and the first place we end up going.
Is
Well,
the
I guess
casino.
where we get the money is in Vegas.
Yeah,
Good
we
way
go to the casino and we lose $800 on a single roll of the dice.
Yeah, you go up to a gentleman. And just, reduce a pumpkin. It's useless. Why am I going to waste my energy? It's going to cost you 50 gold. 50 gold and the don't go on 2 silver. This is nonsense. Nonsense.
Well, listen though. Suppose then that you did it for us, let's say.
For 50 gold.
Of course. When we'll pay you the money that we would owe you. And then we'll also keep you on the list of people that we will come to for future services before anyone else. After all, this will be a test of your skill. Can you make this pumpkin both small and to scale?
Make a persuasion roll.
There's one thing I'm good at. Whoo shit! 32.
Jesus, really?
And it would
Fuck.
be great if it never rotted, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
have to buy any more pumpkins ever.
Test my skill. Use this apprentice level. Give me that pumpkin.
I'm basically Aladining this guy, like, oh, I'm not using a wish for this.
Yeah. With some movement of his hands, some incantations. The pumpkin shakes open and becomes about softball size.
Oh.
Fantastic,
And
fantastic.
then you just feel as his eyes are on the pumpkin, you just feel this hand in your chest.
And I will
I-
very carefully count out 5 platinums.
Takes it. Ching.
I will step up. What's the setting? Are we just standing in front of each other? Is there
Yeah.
a table?
No, you're in front of each other. You just stop the guy on the street.
I will. Well, it's always at the ready. It's just covered with a bag over its head. I want to have my axe placed between us. If you're looking for skill, can you improve this in any way?
Always trying to.
Dude,
Power
you're
up
like
this axe.
super enchanting this axe. It is so
Well,
awesome.
since we
Alright.
seem to be taking time before we go look at the other axe, I will have to focus on this axe.
He peels the bag off. Looks at it. What is this? You said you're gonna come to me, and then there's this apprentice level nonsense on this.
Show me something more than apprentice level improvement on this.
Remove this enchantment and then I'll talk.
Should be easily done. I'll do it. I'll
What's
use.
the enchantment that we put on?
It's like a basic frost
The
enchantment.
there's the silver coated on the
Yeah.
blade, and we had someone frost
Yeah.
enchant
Yeah,
the
frost.
blade.
A student.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember the way it happened. It was good, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember what it was.
Dispel magic. Easy.
You can't dispel magic, and you see the blade as the condensation on the blade just fades out with a few drips. It's no longer frost enchanted.
And I'm gonna make sure that he's watching me do it like as offhandedly as possible. Just like, oh yes, of course, dispel magic. That's a sort of like, I'm sure you can do better than me, can you?
Yeah. Whacking pumpkins. Who are you people?
Don't.
My name
It-
is Atlas Lucky Lectern of the Feathered Hats. Surely you've heard of us.
My name is Corey Dragonslayer. Maybe you've heard of me? I'm pretty famous, you know. Yeah,
That's what stuck!
I slayed a dragon. It was a really close call. It had me like in its claws, and I just like barely escaped with my life.
Mood die.
I managed to persevere. That's why they called me a Corey Dragonslayer.
Atlas is just gonna like pull the tip of the hat down a little bit, like
And he takes a step
or
back.
Dragon Slayer.
You burned down that guild.
Oh shit.
You fancy yourselves vigilantes.
Oh wait, I'm talking about slaying a dragon. I'm not talking about guild.
Am I not mistaken?
You use words that we wouldn't use, but if you're looking for a word to describe us, I think hero would be best.
Although I don't know what he's talking about.
For example, I'm asking you about this axe because I might, if you make it do well, I plan on using it on the people outside.
After all, there's an encroaching threat on the town right now that I'm sure you're also aware of.
Guard business. Peasants take care of that.
Well, if the guards had to come to us to do it. This whole thing is just like a posturing match right now. It's like the guards have to come to us to do it. Surely they can't take care of it themselves. And don't you want to be part of the story of how they got how they got defeated?
500 gold.
And you'll do what?
Fire seems more up your alley. Does it not, Dragon Slayer?
The fire is pretty good.
100 gold.
It's like the least enthused I've ever heard. Corey.
Fire is pretty good.
Fire is awesome.
Be good. Do we want to do it?
I always want to improve things that I get to hit.
You think it's worth it, you
Well,
guys?
I mean, we fucking removed the enchantment we had.
We did.
So now we're gonna work. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but.
I mean, 500 gold is quite a lot of gold, especially since you spoke so highly of your own powers, but then I mean, all that we've seen you do so far is reduce a pumpkin in size and keep it from rotting. What say, if you do it for half that much, and if it works out, I'll come back and pay you double it.
What's your game?
No games, just proof. After all, we're the heroes here.
300 now, 200 later.
Done. 30 more platinum pieces.
It's over to you.
Like, we've got platinum.
Hold it still. Do not drop it.
I never drop it.
He takes out a piece. It's like a piece of metal that's got. It looks as if he took a chunk of like solid steel and broke it off, as if it was like a piece of foam. It's like a jagged chunk of steel. And he takes it and he starts whispering some incantation and actually scratching the hell out of the silver bladed piece of your axe. And you can see the chunk of steel in his hand just begins to melt away. And it doesn't drip, it just vaporizes. As he's doing this, the blade slowly starts to ignite as a fire traces his hand as he works his way down to the end of the blade.
Sick.
Done.
Stuff. Well done then. So, for my records, so that I can make sure that you are recognized in the right way, can I have your name, please?
Halan.
Halan.
Master Halan, if you please.
Halan. Master Halan. Master of... Surely you have an estate or something being called Master.
Court Wizard of High Pass.
Court Wizard of High Pass. Now that is a title.
Indeed.
Well, thank you very much for your services, Master Halan, Court Wizard of High
And
Pass.
when can I expect the 300 gold plus double?
As I had expected. Well, I gave you the 300 just now. You asked for 200 afterwards.
3, 2... Whatever.
So then we'll come back and give you the 200, which is double what we had promised you before, after we've taken care of the orcs.
700 gold.
Yes.
Good.
And off we'll go then. Thank you very much.
I like you. You're very to the point.
Drag'or, your axe does a d6 of fire damage on strike.
Neat. That's better than what we had before.
The ice was D4.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better. I'll take it.
I feel like twice now you've talked us up though on prices. Like, I don't know about this negotiating stuff. Sorry.
To be fair, you're right. He asked for
It's just from where I'm
500,
sitting.
but we don't have to come back anytime soon.
Well, anyways, I see. So you're planning. All right,
Just
fine.
not.
Let's go.
Paying him. Well, I
You
guess
guys-
like
We'll pay him later.
You gather your belongings. You make your way out of town.
I'm ready to go say hi.
Let's go make some acquaintances.